Turn me up so. Whoa, whoa. Turn me up so.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Rant Show. I'm as always your host for this Rant Show, N7X Carter. And don't excuse me, I don't know. I'm in my PJs right now, so hopefully you guys don't mind. But let's just jump in to what I'm going to talk about. And what I'm going to talk about is something that's already been talked about by a lot of YouTubers out there, big and small. What I'm going to be talking about is YouTube. And just pretty much YouTube in general. This rant is going to go in several different directions, so just, bear with it. I apologize, but just try to follow as best as you can. First thing I want to start off with is Logan Paul. Why am I talking about Logan Paul on YouTube? Well, as for most of you already know by this point, if you've been keeping up in YouTube news, Logan Paul and YouTube announced that they are bringing back Logan Paul's second YouTube Red movie. The second Shining or Smart People movie, whatever the fucking movie is called. To be honest, can't remember it because I really don't care. But they brought it back, after that whole incident with the Force thing happened. They announced that on top of Logan Paul, getting off of Google Preferred, that his YouTube Red movie was on definite hold. Now, here's my issue and problem with this. And I'm going to be using a lot of quotes that YouTube have said and other people have said. It isn't hard to look this stuff up. I'm not going to give any reference because it isn't hard to look this stuff up. If you've been following, you'll know the people I'm referencing to begin with. So, once again, bear with. But YouTube brought back Logan Paul's YouTube Red movie. And there's just several things I want to point out about this. One being, when they announced that they were going to bring it back, one of the reasons they said they were going to bring it back was because of all of his fans constantly asking YouTube to do so. Which, in itself makes sense. I mean, if there's enough demand for something to come out, you want to bring it back because, that'll pull those people into your site, into whatever it is, so, more money in your pocket. Makes perfect sense. The other thing I want to point out about this, not something that YouTube has said in dealing with them releasing Logan Paul's YouTube Red movie, but something that they posted when they first announced that, they were coming out with the second part of Logan Paul's YouTube Red movie. When they first announced it, they announced that it was going to be coming, coming out this year, later this year, in 2018. So my question for YouTube is, first and foremost, is why? I mean, was it even on hold to begin with? Seriously? Like, was it seriously on hold to begin with? Because back when Logan Paul did his whole incident with the, Japanese Suicide Forest, and, you took him off Google Preferred, and you said that his movie was definitely on hold, even though a lot of us already called BS and knew it wasn't going to be on hold for long. You said it was on definite hold. How long of a hold was that? A month? 2 months? Was it like a 2-month hold on the movie? Because even though you said, we're gonna make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen again. We're gonna punish Logan Paul for what he did, and which should have happened. But you said you were gonna put his movie on definite hold, which, like I said already once, we all called BS on that. We knew it was still going to come out regardless. A lot of us were in the YouTube hemisphere were saying it should have been put on hold. It should have been fucking canceled. But you said it was going to be put on hold, and we all knew when you said that everyone there in Google, YouTube land, we knew it was still going to come out. We fucking knew. And this is the thing that doesn't make any sense. You put it on hold, but yet it was still scheduled to come out this year anyway. So what type of fucking hold is that? If it was truly a hold on the movie, it would have been like held out till next year or the year after. That's on hold on something. That's a hold on a movie. It was scheduled to come out this year to begin with when you first announced that the movie was coming out. Then when Logan Paul did his whole issue with the Japanese Suicide Force, you announced that it was going to be put on hold. It wasn't fucking put on hold. It's still coming out the same designated time it was supposed to. So that's my one issue with this whole Logan Paul YouTube Red original movie situation. The second thing is the thing I mentioned before this. Because one of the main reasons that YouTube Red said they were bringing back his movie was because a lot of his fans were constantly hounding YouTube to bring it back. They wanted to see it. Which is all well and good, except you're forgetting one thing. One thing that puts a null and void into your argument. How many audience are familiar with a lovely YouTube Red show, one of the highest rated YouTube Red shows that's ever been on YouTube so far, next to Cobra Kai, Scared Pewdiepie? Now, when the whole issues with Pewdiepie popped up, he took him off Google Preferred, and he's got rid of the second season of his Scared Pewdiepie, YouTube Red show. And ever since, and first of all, that was how many years ago? That's how many months ago? That was how long ago? And ever since that movie got canceled, not the movie, but the YouTube Red show got canceled, people have been hounding YouTube and Google, asking for them to bring it back. And that's been years, Google. That has been more than a measly couple of months. But you're not bringing back Scared Pewdiepie Season 2. And people have been hounding at you even longer than that to bring that back. Have been hounding you longer than people have been hounding you to bring back Logan Paul's second movie. So where's the fair treatment in this? And this is one of the things that I've harped about in Rant Shows past. I'm already losing my voice. This is one of the things I've harped about in Rant Shows past when I've talked about YouTube, is that there's a clear thing in the fact that, and a lot of us fucking see it, that YouTube plays fucking favorites. You Google, YouTube, you really fucking do. And at this point, it's hard for you to even deny that fact. Because, I'm sorry, I'm going to throw my personal opinion out here on this. There's a clear difference in what PewDiePie did and what Logan Paul did. PewDiePie made a freaking joke and made a video that was taken completely out of fucking context. He knew the attention about the video. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost willing to bet, even YouTube, you did. But because the media harped on your back, making a big deal out of his video that they blew out of context, which I'm even going to go on a limb here. And I'm even going to say that the people who published all those articles about PewDiePie when he put out that video, where, you know, people were making a big deal about him dressing up like a Nazi and yada yada yada. They knew the context behind the video too. They did. And they still, they wanted to take a chunk out of YouTube, so they're going to attack YouTube's biggest creator. So they did. And even though YouTube knew the context behind PewDiePie's video, you didn't want the media harping on you, so you wanted to ease the minds of the media, of everyone else out there. So you did what you thought you had to do to make people come back, to make your investors, your people who gave you that money back. You got rid of PewDiePie's YouTube Red show. You took him off of Google Preferred. And I wouldn't even necessarily have a problem with this if it wasn't for the thing with Logan Paul and you guys bringing back his YouTube Red movie. And it's the same thing, and I'll even show it on here. I'll probably put it over here. And over here will be like a thing of me scrolling through Twitter. People have been hounding you on Twitter for years to bring back Scared Pewdiepie Season 2. And if you want to use the excuse that people have been hounding you to bring back Logan Paul's movie, where's the fair treatment with PewDiePie? Where's the fair treatment with Felix? If you seriously are going to deny the fact that you do not play favorites on YouTube, that you do not show favoritism with your creators, then fucking hello. Like, I don't fucking get it. In my humble opinion, the thing I was really trying to say here a bit ago is there's a clear difference in what Logan Paul did and what PewDiePie did. What Logan Paul did was despicable, was horrible, and in my opinion, I'll agree with PewDiePie on this, okay? I'll agree with PewDiePie that yes, maybe Logan Paul channel probably should have been taken down by some people were asking. But he should have got severely punished, if not worse than the fact than what than when he's punished PewDiePie. You should have took him off Google Preferred, which he did. I even agree with the fact of you know, not paying him for several months. Agree with that. But you putting his YouTube Red show on hold. Not taking it away, but putting it on hold. And us knowing full well you're going to bring it back anyway, and then bringing it back in the original scheduled time it was supposed to in the first place, and then using the excuse that, you know, so many people were asking for it to come back, so we had to bring it back. Yeah, well, people have been asking the same thing for Scary PewDiePie Season 2 for years. And I'm almost willing to fucking bet if you brought that back, it probably, if not equal to the amount of views that Logan's Paul movie does, but surpass it. But no, you want to show favorites. You want to favor Logan Paul. This was some godforsaken reason he's still advertised as child-friendly on YouTube. Tell me, YouTube, what part of him is child-friendly? Did the filming people in the Suicide Forest, the disrespect he showed in his Japan vlogs, which, to the best of my knowledge, are still up, by the way, to him acting like he got shot inside the office when he's playing a prank on his fans? What part about all this shit and more is child-friendly to you? I do not understand why you are showing favoritism to this guy. It does not make sense to me. And what does not make sense to me more is even the lack of negative media coverage that has happened with PewDiePie over Logan Paul. Because in my opinion, PewDiePie's done a hell of a lot less in the bad sphere of things than Logan Paul has. And yet, the media seems to still, for some reason, want to hound on PewDiePie more. That in itself doesn't make sense to me. But YouTube, you want to show favoritism to this guy who traumatizes his fans with fake deaths, with just a clear lack of judgment in a lot of his videos. But you want to show favoritism to him. You want to bring back his YouTube Red movie. But yet, PewDiePie, who made a video, and made it, yes, even after the whole Nazi video that he put out, he goofed up in a few videos after that. He made a few mistakes. I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying PewDiePie has. But in my humble opinion, and probably the opinion of many others, is what PewDiePie did is far less worse than what Logan Paul did. He showed disrespect to an entire fucking country. He showed a dead fucking body to millions of viewers on your fucking site. What part of this is child-friendly? What part of this does not go against your TOS? Because I'm sure if enough people did enough digging, they could pull up a lot of his videos that could go against your TOS, your terms of service. But it looks like you want to turn a blind eye to all this. That for some reason, you still want to show him favoritism over PewDiePie, which, by the way, as it stands, as I'm recording this, PewDiePie is still the biggest YouTube channel on your fucking platform. He has been on your site for over 7 years. Has drawn in so many people to your site just by himself alone. But for some reason, a guy who doesn't even come close to his sub count, who in my opinion has done far worse against going your TOS, and far worse in general than PewDiePie has, you want to show favoritism to, and I do not for the life of me understand why. YouTube, if you want to show that you're not showing favoritism to your creators, if you want to show that you care about your creators, you really need to change your aspect and everything. You really need to take a hard look at the decisions you're fucking making. Because you can't use the excuse of the reason why you brought back Logan Paul's movie and not Scared PewDiePie Season 2 as the excuse that because the fans demanded for Logan Paul's movie more. That's complete fucking bullshit at this point. People have been asking for Scared PewDiePie Season 2 for years, and you can't even use the excuse, well, and they even used this excuse when they announced that they were bringing Logan Paul's movie back. They used the excuse, well, another reason why I bring it is because so many hours were dedicated to shooting this movie. So many people worked hard behind this movie. Yeah, well, so did with Scared PewDiePie Season 2. There's directors, there's actors, there's people, other YouTubers that they put in for the TV show. There's a lot of people that broke their backs to make Scared PewDiePie Season 2. So where's the fair treatment in that? And I'm almost willing to bet one of the reasons why you don't bring back Scared PewDiePie Season 2 is because of the media. Because of the media. Because you know that some media articles out there, like the Washington Post, like Wall Street, like Polygon, will come out with articles coming against you if you do. I got a little bit of news for you. YouTube. How about you actually grow a set and actually stand behind your creators instead of the media? Because we all know at this fucking point that they're trying to bring down YouTube in any way possible. Because between all the countless varieties of videos that people provide on YouTube, between news, gaming, cosmetics, vlogging, the whole nine, between all of the stuff that YouTube offers, it's taking away from people looking at Wall Street Journal for their news, looking at Polygon for their gaming news, looking at any other site other than YouTube. Because with YouTube, you have a wide variety of things. You don't have to watch as many fucking commercials. YouTube offers a lot more, and this is hurting them. It isn't destroying them to where they're out of business, but it's hurting them. Hurting them enough in the pockets that they want to try and take YouTube down any way possible. And their easiest target for them is to attack people like PewDiePie. Even when PewDiePie does nothing fucking wrong. So on top of everything I just read about YouTube, a thing that you really, really need to start doing, not just with PewDiePie, with people like Mr. Beast, H3, and others, is you need to grow a set. And actually stand behind your creators for once, because you haven't done jack shit all with that at all. You haven't. You're saying you care about your creators. You say you're replying back on Twitter to all their outcries, to all their questions, to all their asking for help. You really haven't. It's clear at this point that you're showing favorites. Showing favorites to people who, you know, bring less media coverage, your bad media coverage your way. Even when it's clear they have done nothing wrong. You show fucking favorites. You need to start growing a set. Stand behind your creators when they get attacked by the media, when they have done nothing wrong. And you need to stop showing favoritism to your quote-unquote golden boys. And actually grow a backbone and punish them when they do something wrong. Like, actually physically punish them. And for the love of God, if you do not want to show favoritism, if you do not want to say, hey, we don't favor certain creators over others, bring, like many other on Twitter and on that have made countless YouTube videos by now, bring back Scared PewDiePie Season 2. Because in my humble opinion, maybe, yes, for some of the stuff shit he's done in the past, he should have at least fairly taken off with Duke preferred. But in my humble opinion, he should have not had his series taken away in the first place. If you want to show favoritism to Logan Paul and have not truly taken away his YouTube Red movie and bring it back, then you should bring back Scared PewDiePie Season 2, because that in itself would be a great start as to show that you actually care about all your creators, you care about what the people want. Bring it back. grow a backbone, grow a set, start defending and standing behind your creators when the media decides to attack them, especially when they do nothing wrong, and punish your creators when they actually do something wrong, like actually physically punish them when they do something wrong. Not when the media claims they're doing something wrong, but when they actually do something wrong. Now for the second part of what I wanted to rant about. And that's your fucking algorithm. Now I'm sure part of the audience already, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the YouTube video that Markiplier put out a while ago about him talking about why he thinks that YouTube, I think it was like a week ago now, they had that complete blackout, like you couldn't access half their site for like a good few hours, creators and viewers alike. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. Well, Mark made a video a while back, oh not a while back, a few days ago, saying why he thinks that it happened. And he blamed it on Google+. Because when Google first acquired YouTube, one of the major things that they tried to do, one of the major things that they tried to force down all our throats was Google+ whenever we signed on to YouTube. Our Google+ had to be linked to our YouTube. And Mark's theory is that they tried to integrate Google+ with YouTube so much that when they started getting rid of Google YouTube, which is what Google's doing at this point, they're getting away with Google+, that them starting to take away Google+, it's literally fucking up YouTube's website. And that's why he thinks that, and I'm summarizing this, please go watch the video for yourself, I'll leave a link for it below, because I'm doing a poor excuse of summarizing what he said. But that was his opinion on why, Google had its blackout a couple days ago. It was because, since Google's trying to get rid of Google+, that happened. Because for years they've shoved Google+ down YouTube's throat so much and tried to integrate it so much with YouTube that now that they're trying to get rid of it, it's literally fucking up YouTube. So there was that. And to be honest, things with YouTube haven't been right ever since. People's videos aren't showing up, which they've had that issue before that even happened. And things just don't seem to be getting better with YouTube at this point. It really doesn't. And then there's still the issue with people's videos getting unfairly demonetized when it's clear that they shouldn't be. And for some reason, other people's YouTube videos not getting demonetized when it's clear that they should be. Now, I think it's mostly due to the algorithm. I personally think it is why people's videos keep on getting demonetized that shouldn't be. But I wouldn't be one bit surprised if it is, harping back to what I said before, Google showing favoritism to some of its creators. But for now, we'll just stick with it's the algorithm, because I don't even think YouTube and Google knows jack shit about their algorithm anymore. They've relied on it so much and kept on adding to it so much that they don't even know how it probably functions at this point. And it's demonetizing videos now that don't need demonetized. It's hurting people's bottom dollar that are barely scraping by as is. And for some reason, to the best of my knowledge, YouTube seems to not know how to fix it. They don't know how to fix it. People's videos that are getting demonetized, then signed for manual review, and then get monetized again, only see their videos getting demonetized a day later. Just, there's so much that seems to be going wrong with YouTube now. With the blackout that happened, with them forcing things down our throat to begin with that we didn't need Google+, and the constant video demonetization to videos that don't need demonetized. And it just, I'm sorry Google, it just, so much of this is just one giant shit show at this point. It really is. You've tried to force Google Plus down our throats when you first acquired YouTube. And now, because you're trying to get rid of Google Plus, it's causing problems with your site. You have constant people bitching at you because, not bitching you, but yelling at you because their videos are getting demonetized when it's clear that they shouldn't be. And I don't know. And you think that if they want to try to calm the storm, they'd give us some info, something to reassure us that they're trying to make things better with our site, that they're trying to make things work. But they're really not. I forget where exactly I heard this, so hopefully someone can tell me down below. But I think it was in an interview with the CEO, if I'm not mistaken. She was in a recent interview with the CEO. She was exclaiming at one point about how some videos that were getting a lot of videos that were getting unlawfully demonetized. I'm trying to figure out how she worded it. Jeez, okay. She was saying in a recent interview, exclaiming the fact that now 10% of all creators on the platform, their videos aren't getting unlawfully demonetized anymore. 10%, and that's a good start. It is. But there's how many creators on your website, and how many that actually have been approved for monetization for a while now. I'm almost willing to bet there's at least hundreds, if not millions, of creators like that on your platform now, who are making money off of YouTube at this point. So 10% of over 1 million. Okay. That still doesn't make that big of a chunk doesn't take that big of a chunk out of the problem. That's 10% of how many people? There's still 90% of people that are getting fucked up, pardon my French, getting fucked up the ass because of your stupid algorithm unlawfully demonetizing videos. Now, I don't know exactly where I'm going with this second part of the rant. I'm just venting about YouTube in general at this point. YouTube, a few weeks ago, had that blackout. A lot of people are blaming it on their integration of Google Plus into YouTube, and now them trying to get rid of Google Plus, so it's fucking up YouTube. So there's that. And then there's unlawful demonetization of videos that don't need to be demonetized that have been happening even before the blackout and have been happening since. And then there's still the continued issues that people are having with YouTube after the blackout, with videos not showing up, with them not even being able to, just getting a blank screen when they try to sign on to YouTube. There's a whole list of problems at this point. You just have to go to Twitter and just scroll through YouTube problems and you'll find out. It's just, things in itself seem to be getting worse and worse with YouTube. They really do. And the worst thing about all this is that they aren't even seem to be communicating with us, with the viewers and the creators when these problems arise. We have to find out when it's too late. And not even with the problems. And then not communicating us whenever it's too late, because I'm sure even themselves can't predict when some of the problems are going to happen, but they don't communicate with the viewers and the creators on how they plan on fixing them. They just say, we're fixing them, and that's about it. So, there's a clear lack of communication between YouTube, the viewers, and the creators. There really is. Hell, you remember that tweet that guy put out a good while ago? A creator, I forget his name, someone can let me know in the comments below, about when he was going on to his YouTube channel and he saw that his videos were out of order, chronological order, and he went on to Twitter and asked YouTube why, and they said, oh, because we're testing something. They didn't let anyone know before they were doing that. Barely anyone knew when they did the updates to YouTube's dashboard system. Because that's changed now too. And I could go down a list upon list upon list of stuff that YouTube has changed and that Google has implemented that they have not told about us till someone found out and asked them. And they're like, oh yeah, we decided to try this out and see how it works. Thanks for telling us after the fact. The people that make your platform money, you figured you'd tell us this before you try to implement it, because half the time your shit that you're implementing doesn't even fucking work right to begin with, or is more of a hinder than what you had before. And I get it. Some of the stuff that they're changing with their TOS and their stuff that they're doing to keep, not right videos off their platform, they can't give us the full DL of what they're doing. Especially when it's trying to keep, not right videos off their platform. Because if they tell us the full DL of what they're trying to do, then the people who are putting up these videos will find a way to get through their TOS to still put up videos like this. So I get it. But fucking tell us something. Please, for the love of God, tell us freaking something. Because you're not doing it. You barely told us anything when you changed the way the dashboard is. You didn't tell anyone that you were testing out something when, you didn't tell anyone yet you were testing out the way people view YouTubers' videos until someone tweeted about you, asking you why his videos were out of chronological order. Stuff that you implemented to change your site, stuff that you've been changing to better your site, you don't tell, especially your creators, till it's already done. There needs to be more communication with YouTube. This is one of the reasons another reason why people are mad with you. Why people are mad with Google. Because you don't get jack shit. Yes, we're fully aware you can't communicate everything you're doing with YouTube and the stuff you're implementing, because that would give the people who make, the bad videos on YouTube, that would give them an idea of how to try and skate around your rules and these changes. So we're fully aware, but you gotta give us fucking something. Because at this point, you're not giving us jack shit, and it's pissing people off. So let's just go over the view of my second ring again. People are mad at YouTube because of the blackout that happened, and because a lot of people have theories of why it happened, and it's because of Google Preferred. I'm not Google Preferred, but Google Plus. Something that I tried to implement on YouTube from the very beginning. Now they're trying to get rid of this. A lot of people think it's fucking up YouTube, so they're mad at YouTube about that. The constant unlawful or videos that just simply shouldn't have been demonetized to begin with, are continuing to get demonetized and hurting a lot of people's bottom dollar, their way of life, how they make money, and how they sustain a living. So it's hurting them, and that's been happening before the blackout, and it's continuing to happen after. There's been continuous breakdowns and hiccups with YouTube ever since the blackout happened, so there's another thing that are making people mad with YouTube. And YouTube has had a clear lack of communication between its viewers and its creators for a while now, even before, like, the unlawful demonetization, like, before the blackout. It's been happening. And it's been happening ever since. So there's a lot of stuff that people are mad about YouTube at right now. Now, I will say this. YouTube is still a great platform. YouTube still offers a lot of stuff that a lot of other sites can't offer. But all this stuff with the showing favoritism, the constant changes that they're not telling us jack shit about until it's already said and done, the unlawful demonetization of videos that should never have been demonetized to begin with, all this negative stuff that's happening with YouTube right now is overshadowing all the good stuff, all the good things about the website. All this bad stuff that's happening is overshadowing everything that's good about the site. Until YouTube fixes these problems, and until YouTube starts changing shit, actually changing shit for the better, people are going to continue to have a negative look on YouTube. Its creators and viewers are going to continue to have a negative look on the site that they are using. YouTube, you need, and I doubt anyone from YouTube is going to see this, but in case anyone does, YouTube, you need to change a lot of shit, and a lot of shit soon. Because especially with the way you're showing favoritism, the way you're treating some of your creators, and the way you're not treating some of your creators, and the constant breakdowns of YouTube, and the constant of not letting your creators and viewers in the know of what you're doing with your site, And all this and more is driving people away. I was just at TwitchCon this past year. Not this past year, wow. I was just at this year's TwitchCon. And I've talked to people that are both on Twitch and on your site. I've talked to a few of them. And guess what they told me? Just guess, YouTube. Just guess, Google. They told me that they started using Twitch now more and started focusing more on Twitch than YouTube because of how bad you're screwing them. Because of all their videos are getting demonetized. Because of the clear lack of respect that they're shown by your site. They've decided to focus more now on your biggest competitor than you. Because of how you're treating them. You're literally driving people away. You're literally driving people to your competitors because of the shit you're doing. You need to start standing behind your creators when the media attacks them. Unlawfully attacks them. You need to punish the creators that actually need punished. Regardless of your fans. You need to punish the ones that need punished. And you need to start communicating with people when you make changes to your site. Not after the fact, but before the fact, especially with the creators. And you need to start focusing less and relying less on your algorithm and more on just hiring more workers and hiring more people and having them take some of the load off your algorithm so not everyone gets fucked when your algorithm does something stupid. There's a lot of changes and a lot of things you need to start doing in order for people to start being less pissed at you. I suggest you do it rather than later. Because like I said, people are already starting to go to your competitors over you. I was at TwitchCon. I spoke to them. I spoke to some of your creators. And they'd rather go focus more now on Twitch than your site because of the shit you're doing. You're driving people away. The people that make you money. You need to change shit. You need to fix shit. And if I were you, I'd rather do it sooner than later. That's all I wanted to rant about, guys. Like I said, I know it went in several different directions, and some of it might not have made even much sense. But hopefully the bits that really need to make sense did. YouTube, Google, you really need to start fixing your shit. And treating people the way they need to be treated. You really do. I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you later. As always, peace, love, and chicken grease. O4L. I'll see all my Spock watchers later. As always, welcome to my domain. Please, guys, if you do me a favor, just so someone at YouTube hopefully sees this, please share this video. Link YouTube on Twitter when you do. So hopefully someone on YouTube sees this. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.